That was real close to being bad. Real close. So fucking... Sorry, my guy. That sucks. Woo. I am on one right now. quest done. Yep. That'll do it. But we did our daily 7. The fuck? How much did we use the fucking... levels. Okay. Fuck did I buy that? Oh, it's right. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I think that one's actually... That's actually pretty sick. But I really fucking want this one. That one's cool. Oh, I think I'm gonna throw it down for Scooby-Doo though. This one's cute. But we are moving on. To Mega Bonk.
US Cellular makes it easy.
Performance. FanDuel. FanDuel, America's...
I am going to survive the next 100 days on this island with only 3 rules. Rule number 1, no leaving the island, unless it's for the Ender Dragon fight. Rule number 2, no totems of undying, meaning there are no second chances. And rule number 3, it has to be in hardcore mode. So join me as we take on the challenges of hardcore Minecraft while being stuck on an island. Let's get this video to 10,000 likes for the next 100 days of this world. Day 0. Since Minecraft doesn't start on a day 1, it starts on day 0. First things first, I need to collect up a little bit of logs so I can get some tools. With these logs, I want to make myself 1 crafting table, so I need some planks, and now I can make a crafting table. You know, I'm just going to turn all these into planks, then I can make some sticks, and 1 wooden pickaxe, please. Down into the mines to collect a little bit of stone. So now I can make myself a full set of cobblestone tools. I guess I should have checked to see if this village has a blacksmith, because there's a chance the blacksmith could have iron, and I made these stone tools for that reason. Anyways, looks like we got some horses, which is great. I mean, this is a plains island, so they should be spawning around. And you know, I'm not seeing a single blacksmith. Yep, there definitely isn't one, but you know what I am going to do? I'm going to craft myself a stone real quick, so I can harvest up these hay bales, since hoes make it go way quicker. There is some more hay bales in there, but I'm going to leave them for the horses. And is that a floating cow? It is. With all of these hay bales, I should be able to craft myself a sufficient amount of food, and I don't really need to kill any sheep because I'm sure one of these homes has a bed. Which brings me to a point. Anyways, is this going to be the hardest survival island ever? No, it's not going to be that. The point is, it's hardcore, it's a survival island, and it should be pretty fun because it's getting rid of a lot of the grind work. Such as having just to dig around for hours and just wait for zombified villagers to pop up so I can cure them. Since that's out of the way, we can pretty much just build as much as we want and see how far we get. I mean, come on, I at least put it on hardcore to make it a little bit more difficult. Next up, I want to take a second to harvest up a few more trees so I can actually make some fences to build a cow pen, because I feel like cows are going to be quite important in this world. 33 logs should be plenty enough. I'm going to turn all these into planks and then get myself a decent amount of sticks so I can turn all of this into fences. Clear out a little bit of this grass, because this is where my cow pen is going to go. Can you get out of the way, kind sir? Just run away, run away. Et voila, we have ourselves a beautiful little cow pen. Taking a little bit of wheat, I want to get you in here, kind sir.
Have not seen the lightning
one
staff
more
before.
cow. Get over here. Where are you going? Where are you going? And now you're just gonna come in here with your other friend, just like that, and I can breed both of you guys
like
up
that.
and close you both in here. Whoops, I almost forgot to grab all these saplings and place them back in, which I definitely want to do. because, you know, we're on an island with limited resources. I think we want to place the trees back in. And just like that, the day is pretty much over, so I'm gonna go over to this house. And no, you're not sleeping in that bed. I'm sleeping in this bed, which
You need
means
to go
we've
with
now made it
movement
to day
speed.
1. But in
I
order
do
for it to
wanna
be a
move.
proper number, we're gonna add a 0.0 to it, so now
I
we
hate
made it to
being
day
slow.
1.0. And we can't just count it to the 10th power, we gotta do it to the 100th power. So we're gonna add another 0, which means we made it to day 1.00. And who uses points? So let's get rid of that. And just like that, we made it to day 100. The end. You didn't actually think I was serious, right? Anyways, moving on. I've gone ahead and built myself a little board here so we can set up some goals. Goal number 1, pretty obvious, we want to kill the Ender Dragon. Goal number 2, after we kill the Ender Dragon, get some Elytra. Goal number 3 is to go ahead and build ourselves a castle so we can be safe from all the mobs at nighttime. And also be the coolest person in this world, even though I'm the only person in this world. Another thing I want to do, but I'm not sure we're going to have time for it, is to build a fully working villager trading hall. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got for now. I want to build a city, but I only have 100 days, so that might have to wait till the next 100 days. If you guys have any ideas down in the comments, let me know. They can also be rules, not just build ideas. You know, I went ahead and added one more sign, which is full diamond tools and armor, because I feel like that's just a good point to be at. After wasting half of day 1 setting up a to-do list of what I want to do in this world, I decided I wanted to jump down into the mines. But first I needed to steal some torches from the village since I had no coal, until I realized that meant mobs were going to spawn. So I quickly trapped one villager in his house and another one in a hole,
goodness.
which means it's now time to make my way down into the caves. That's if I can
Make my
actually
way
find a
downtown.
cave. It is now day 2,
Brother, stop.
and also this island does not
I don't
seem
think
to
I like
have
this
a
guy.
single cave on it. I repeat, I have found a cave, but it doesn't look very promising. I'm just gonna go ahead and send it. I forgot this is not my Let's Play world, and I do not have feather falling. Can you get up here? I hope you can't get up here, because I forgot to make a shield, so I'm actually gonna harvest this iron, go back to the surface, make a shield, and then come back down, because that feels like the
know
smart
what the
idea,
fuck that
doesn't
one
it?
does.
I also made myself a iron sword and an iron pickaxe, so I feel more than ready to take on this cave. I just want to make sure I light everything up. Perfect, we got some coal and copper. Once I had all the ores cleared up in the main vein, I continued down this cave, which luckily opened up into a much larger vein. Hey, look at that, we got our first piece of lapis.
I mean, climbing up
As I
walls,
made
though,
my
is
way
pretty
deeper and
fucking
deeper into
nice.
the cave, I started uncovering more precious loot like gold and redstone. And eventually, I did come across a pack of 6 diamonds. Day 3, 6 diamonds, this is looking pretty good for me. Oh no, baby zombie. Oh my goodness, those things are the absolute most terrifying mob in this game. Oh man, this is an opportunity I do not want to miss. Come here. Forgot how much damage these guys do. Did we get an ender pearl? Oh, okay, so that was all a waste. Good to know. Before going any deeper into this mine, I decided to smelt up some of the iron I collected to make a full suit of iron armor along with a diamond pickaxe. And I'm feeling much safer now. I spent half of day 2, both days 3 and 4, and half of day 5 down in the caves. So pretty much 3 days in total. I see 2 more veins of diamonds over there, but I am all out of torches and my shield just broke. So I think I'm gonna call this good for a mining session, and we'll come back down a little bit later. Oh, the lovely surface. That would be even more lovely if it wasn't raining. Not only is it raining, it's now become a thunderstorm. Hopefully none of my villagers were struck and turned into witches. In the couple of days of mining, this is all the loot we got, which is not too bad. 13 diamonds is a great start. I don't have much iron because I spent all of it on this iron armor, and the cave pretty quickly dropped into the deep slate where iron doesn't spawn very much, which is gonna lead us right into our next project. This might sound crazy, but I want to construct an iron farm. Now I'm gonna go ahead and break rule number 1 and leave the island, but it's for good reason. Iron farms need to be at least 64 blocks away from any other villagers, and there happens to be this barren little island right over here, which I think is the perfect building location for an iron farm. I took a second to flatten out the island just a little bit so we don't have any golem spawning in places we don't want them to. Also, it's now day 8 because I spent the last 2 days just collecting up items and getting everything put together. And this should be just about everything we need.
Well, we are moving a lot faster now.
And that right there is the easy part of this farm. The next step is to head back over to the village and start collecting up some villagers to bring over here. One villager has now been acquired, and now that villager has been dropped off, hopefully he makes his way up towards the composter. Come on, buddy. Come on, that way. And then just go up there. Oh my goodness, this might be the best villager I have ever worked with. And then I'm just gonna give you a little shove in. Oh, we're so close. Okay, perfect. Ease in. On to the next 2. Hopefully the second one is just as good as the first one. on. I want to get him as close to the staircase as I can. Nope, buddy, you're going the wrong way. Come on, your friend did the same thing. I'm just gonna... Yep, I just did that. But these are the easiest villagers ever. Of course, it's the last villager that doesn't want to go up into his forever home, which I kind of get because it is a little bit of like a jail cell. But come on, you're doing it for the benefit of this island. Now he's gonna go for the bed because he just got the green sparkles. Good job, buddy. I'm gonna try and get this farm finished up for the most part before it becomes daytime so I can hopefully get a zombie in here. It is now zombie ready, and this is gonna be more difficult than usual because I don't have a name tag, which means I hopefully need to get a zombie to pick up this leather helmet. First off, I'm gonna get rid of the torches on the island so some mobs can start spawning, and I'm gonna hop in my boat and go away from here a little bit just so a zombie spawns in. Will you be the lucky winner? Okay, he is the lucky winner. Okay, I need to grab my boat real quick. This part is gonna
Like that.
suck, but it's just what it is. I need to be ultra careful. Eat some food. Okay, how much damage does this guy do? Okay, a decent amount of damage. That's what I found out, a decent amount of damage. I'm gonna need all of my health for this. Okay, let's go for it. If he's in a boat and also has a helmet on, I'm almost positive he shouldn't despawn, and look who's right behind me. Good, you know what, never mind, I'm not even gonna say anything. What I was getting at though is I need to grab myself a little bit more food because this is taking a ton, but while I'm at it, I'm also gonna craft myself a golden apple real quick. 1 golden apple acquired and a bunch of food. Wait, how did he despawn? He had a helmet and I'm currently going on a killing spree of killing every single type of animal I can find that drops leather because there's a wandering trader right there that's trading spruce saplings. It's my favorite wood. I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice working on the iron farm for tonight and trying to get that zombie in there. Instead, I really want to get this sapling. So I'm gonna go ahead and sleep through the night, which brings us on to day 11. I need 1 more emerald, please, and I think I can get the moss with this 1 emerald. Yes, I can. Awesome. And we got the spruce sapling. Nighttime has now arrived, which means it's now time for redemption. Oh, and of course, it has to rain tonight. Hopefully some zombies have spawned over on the island. It doesn't look like it so far. It's looking to be like another night of no luck when it comes to getting a zombie over in the iron farm, which is fine because on the night of day 12, I was finally able to get a zombie with a helmet into the iron farm. With the zombie now in place, I can go ahead and get this iron farm completely finished up, which isn't too difficult. It's just placing a few blocks, some lava, and a couple water sources. For some reason, I thought iron golems could drown, so I pushed this guy into the water, and he's also mad at me, but now he can't drown because I just realized they don't. So I need to figure out how to get rid of him. Okay, I think I got it figured out. He's low enough where he can't hit me, but I can reach him. And just like that, we have a fully working iron farm. It took a few days to build, but I think it's going to be totally worth it. It is now day 14, and I want to get started on another project, which hopefully is going to be a lot easier than that iron farm. Right where these 2 villager homes are, I actually want to build a villager breeder because I am going to need a lot of these guys for the villager trading hall. So first things first, I want to get rid of both of these homes and flatten out this area right here because I plan on building a much better looking building than the typical villager houses. But before I can actually get started building, I need to get some building blocks. Not only is spruce my favorite wood to build with, it's also extremely convenient because I can bone meal 2x2 saplings and get the big trees. Except I hate when they grow like this. It's just not fun. You don't get a lot of wood from it. I also decided to use 4 diamonds to craft myself a diamond axe and shovel to speed the process up when it comes to building. Once I had some blocks, I spent a little bit of time crafting anything up I needed and also gathering some more stuff up. And by day 16, I am pretty much ready to get started building this villager breeder. It took me some extra time to get the items together because I do want to use some orange glass, so I had to use my bone meal, get some red flowers, and also some yellow flowers to get orange dye. Although I do think it's going to be worth it because it's going to make this building stand out and pop a lot on this island. And if you haven't noticed, I also have been cleaning it up a little bit and making the pathways a little more prominent because currently the island is pretty distraught and messed up, and by the end of this 100 days, I want it to look super clean and all finished. Or at least for the most part. The villager breeder design I'm using is by Logical Geek Boy. I have built this thing a ton of times to the point that I almost remember how to build it exactly without looking up the tutorial. I love this design because it's not resource heavy and it's fairly quick to build, especially in the early game. I did kind of forget how big of a footprint these breeders take up. I mean, it's a 9x9 area plus some extra buildings off to the side of it. I am extremely happy with how it turned out though. This thing is now pretty much ready to go. The last step is just filling all of this farmland with some carrots. Just need to move you out of the way and oh, Oh, please tell me I have bow on me. Yes, I do. Thank goodness. And also move you out of the way, so I can get this last 4x4 area of carrots placed in. And then fill in this glass, and this villager breeder is pretty much all finished up. For the limited blocks and resources I have, I'm actually extremely happy with how this thing has turned out. Right now, the villagers are gonna end up right here, and then I'll put a minecart there that will grab the villagers. And then if we go into this door, the rail leads to nowhere, but this is where I want to do the zombie curing area. So I still need to get myself a zombie with a helmet on for that. It took me about 4 days to build the villager breeder over there, so I wanted to come over and take a look on how the iron farm is doing, which I'm hoping it should have done pretty good. Oh my goodness, that is exactly why I wanted to build this thing so early on. I'm just gonna grab all of this, and I'm gonna grab the roses too, because I can use those for dye. Next up, I actually want to make my way into the nether to get a little bit of nether quartz, some nether wart, and hopefully some soul sand. I want to collect the quartz so I can build another auto farm that requires dispensers and some comparators, which those obviously require quartz. And then the nether wart and soul sand is gonna be for potions. So I made my way back down into the cave that we were mining in earlier, hoping that if I go deep enough, I'll find myself a fairly large lava pool. I was really hoping there would be one on the surface of the island, but I could not find one, so this is the next best option. I found myself a lava pool along with some diamonds right here and right over there. There also is a geode right there, which is pretty cool. I don't really have a use for one besides using the calcite when it comes to building. Let's go ahead and collect these up. I definitely could use them. Oh, it looks like we have a cave right back here too. Yep, just a little baby cave. Is that more diamonds? Oh, that is more diamonds. I'm gonna go ahead and try collecting all of this up. Easy peasy. Now I can collect these up. So I can now get these ones. And there's some more diamonds right over there too. They were all fairly small packs of diamonds. I only ended up with 6 in total, which is fine. Diamonds are still diamonds. But I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting up a decent amount of obsidian. 15 obsidian should be plenty enough for a portal and also for an enchantment table, but I did notice some more diamonds, so now I'm gonna make my way over there. Yep, and just like that, we are nearly a quarter of the way through this 100-day challenge, which for me means I gotta speed this up because I still have a lot of building to do. I spent most of day 24 just crafting items to prepare myself for this extremely dangerous trip into the nether, which brings us on to day 25, officially 1/4 of the way through this 100-day challenge. Also, I got up to level 30 on day 24, but I am almost positive I don't have the stuff to make a level 30 enchantment table. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wait and build ourselves this nether portal, which I think I'm just gonna put right here. I'm really hoping we end up in a nether wastelands or even a warped forest, because those are two of the easiest biomes to traverse in the nether. We just don't want it to be a basalt delta. So let's go ahead and make our way into the nether. And we're in a basalt delta. That is just lovely. That is exactly what I needed. Rather than trying to traverse through the basalt delta, I ended up just building a bridge over to the wall and then dug myself a tunnel. That's sort of a good sign. We've run into a cave that looks like it becomes another wasteland, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bridge across. And then dig a staircase going down so I don't have to jump and take a bunch of damage. And voila, we have ourselves a nether fortress, which is absolutely perfect. This is perfect. We have a little entrance right here. And of course, there's already some blaze spawning in right down there. Wish me luck, and let's hope I don't die. I'm pretty much completely stuck right now, so I think I'm just gonna go for a straight shot all the way down there and try not to get attacked by anything. We have a blaze spawner right here. I was able to get 1 blaze rod, but I would like to maybe get 2 or 3 more. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get another one from this spawner because it's completely overrun right now, and I'm taking a lot of damage. So I'm just going to continue moving on and keep looking for nether wart, which I see right there. Close this whole room off, grab the nether wart along with the soul sand. Oh my goodness. Sneak attacked by a wither skeleton. Absolutely terrifying. Is it still super overrun in here? Yep, it is. Oh my goodness. Honestly, yeah, I give up. I'm gonna find a different one. I pretty much have everything I need, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my way out of this nether fortress. I did bring a touch of gold ingots with me because I want to try trading with some of the hoglins because I know that they give ender pearls or eyes of ender, and this would be the easiest way to get them for the ender dragon fight. Not a single ender pearl given, but I kind of forgot some of the good items these guys give. I am almost back to the portal. Yeah, here's our staircase right here, and then our tunnel and the bridge over the basalt delta, which is absolutely terrifying. I'm just gonna go ahead and go through, and I'll be back here eventually. Which brings us on to day 26, where I want to spend most of the day building up a much larger wheat farm and also a potato farm. I can't believe I've neglected these fields till day 26, so let's go ahead and get it done. When it came to the design of these fields, I wanted to do a geometrical shape being a circle. There'd be 4 quarters to this circle, but only 3 of them are going to be fields because I really don't have a need to plant beetroot. One of them will be wheat, another one will be carrots, and the last one will be potatoes. And the final quarter will be the villager breeder. I currently don't have enough potatoes or carrots to place both of these fields in. I just want to get them done, and I can come back later and place them in. I use some leaves, lanterns, and spruce fence posts around the outside just to give it a little bit more detail. I am limited on the blocks I can use and also the time I can spend on this, so I just wanted to make it easy. I screwed up my math just a little bit because I want to do another one of these quarter circles right here, but if you look at the pathway, it's not going to necessarily work out. That's okay though. I think it's still going to look super good, so I'm going to go ahead and build it. And just like that, the 3 fields are all complete besides having all of the crops placed in. Which also brings us now to day 31. We are almost 1/3 of the way through this 100-day challenge. Anyways, while I was building these 2 other fields, I made sure to harvest some wheat as I was doing it and feed the cows because I'm gonna need a decent amount of leather for this enchantment table. I actually think I have plenty of enough cows to have the leather for the enchantment table. I'm just waiting on the sugarcane to grow in, which, oh my goodness, it takes so long to grow. Moving on to our next project, I want to build myself a completely automatic pumpkin farm. Once I cure some farmer villagers, they will be trading 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald, which is going to be the best way, in my opinion, to get a lot of emeralds. Although before I can get to building, I need to go collect up some blocks. And sadly, with my diamond pickaxe nearly broken, I'm going to demote myself down to an iron one. Even though I still have 3 more diamonds left, I really don't want to make another pickaxe until it's time to enchant it. After spending a little while collecting up a bunch of blocks and then going on to a massive crafting spree, which was actually quite expensive since this is still the early game, I'm pretty much ready to go. And I'm planning on building the farm right about here. It won't take up too big of an area. I want to say it's a 10 by 10 square, but I do have a really cool design to cover up this farm because if you've watched my videos in the past, you know I think redstone farms are a little bit ugly. Unless you use a bunch of colored concrete or wool, which I don't have, so I can't do that. It's also not the style of building I'm going for on this island. Anyways, let's get to it. These auto melon pumpkin farms are some of the easiest auto farms to build in my opinion. I feel like the only hard item to acquire is the quartz because it requires going into the nether, so if it's early game it might be a little difficult but not too hard. I've probably built 10 to 15 of these in my Let's Play world, so I have it memorized like the back of my hand. If you're wondering who designed it, it definitely wasn't me because I suck at redstone. This one is by Shulkercraft and I'll make sure to tag the video in the description down below. And by the end of day 37, the auto pumpkin farm is complete. I'm just waiting for all of these stems to completely grow up and then we can actually start getting some pumpkins. Anyways, with the sun now setting, I have a project for tonight. In order to cure these villagers and get the ultimate trades, I'm gonna need a zombie with a helmet on so I can actually zombify those villagers. Which means I get to go through the fun process again of trying to find a zombie that will put a helmet on, since I don't have any name tags. Oh my goodness, this went way easier than the iron farm. I just need to get this guy over here and then maybe just dig a hole for him to go into, just like that. Perfect, he's in the hole. Make sure I'm not gonna get blown up and cover that up. Hopefully he doesn't despawn when I go to sleep. I can hear him down there, which means he has not despawned, and I quickly just need to finish this room up right here where the zombie's actually gonna go. I have a little rail system set up which will put the villager right down here, so I just need to place in the minecart and go ahead and break this dirt. Hopefully his tracking will lead him right into the minecart. No, where are you going? Oh, he's not wanting to go into the minecart. Oh, come on, get in the minecart. Oh, we got him in. Let me place that in real quick. Okay, now I just need to give you a push and eat some food. Into one more big push. Okay, this is gonna be harder than I thought it was. All right, another try. Come on, go. Okay, there we go. We got him in, and he went the wrong way, but that's okay. And just like that, we have a zombie right there with the helmet on, so he shouldn't despawn. He also picked up a piece of rotten flesh, which I think would help. Taking a quick break from the villager curing area, I have plenty of leather and sugarcane to actually make the enchantment setup, which means I need to craft a whole bunch of paper, a whole bunch of books, some more spruce planks, and 21 bookshelves, which is more than I actually need, but that's okay. Grab some obsidian, and I just realized I made a mistake. I'm down to 3 diamonds, and the enchantment table I'm pretty sure requires 2. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's kind of a bummer because I really wanted to enchant a fresh diamond pickaxe. But you know what? This will do because I'll just make an anvil and combine this diamond with the pickaxe. We are now showing Unbreaking 3. Hopefully we got some efficiency. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Take 2. I made a grindstone and I'm just going to get rid of that Unbreaking 3 enchantment. I really want to try getting Fortune or even Efficiency. What are we showing now? Oh, Fortune 3. I will. Okay. Yep. I'm okay with that. That is a very, very good pickaxe. The bow is showing Punch 1. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm really hoping I get some Infinity. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw this anvil down and combine this 1 diamond so we just get a little bit more health on it, which means I now upgraded back to a diamond pickaxe after downgrading to an iron pickaxe. On day 39, I decided to get some things together so I can brew up some night vision potions and head down into the caves with my fortune pickaxe to collect up some diamonds. And if you're wondering why I got the night vision potions, it's because if I drink this, I will be able to see all the diamonds in the ceiling and the places that are all dark. And obviously, yeah, there's a decent amount of them, just some skeletons up there, and then yeah. Ooh, and some more over there. I just need a little bit of blocks so I can tower up. I've gone through 2 night vision potions and I'm now up to 54 diamonds. Thank goodness for the Fortune 3, obviously. But even though I have 1 more night vision potion and I'm sure I could get more diamonds, I'm gonna head out of here because I think 54 is plenty enough. Oh, besides those diamonds right there, might as well grab those. Using my new diamonds, I crafted myself a pair of boots and a helmet to complete the diamond armor set, along with enchanting a shovel to get efficiency 4. And I would say that's not too bad. We are now on the morning of day 41 and I have a full set of diamond armor and a full set of diamond tools. I just need to get it all enchanted and then we can take on the Ender Dragon. Anyways, a project I really want to get working on is a tree farm. This isn't going to be any automatic tree farm. I just kind of want an organized area to harvest some oak trees. The reason it's mainly going to be oak trees is because these give you apples and I need the apples to craft golden apples for the villagers. Rather than placing a bunch of saplings down, I actually want this thing to have a little bit of detail and uniformity. I went for sort of a half moon shape for the design, which I'm hoping should be plenty big enough for all the oak trees I'm gonna need. Obviously, it's not completed yet. There's still a lot more work to be done around here, but I have a little bit of an idea of how I want to continue moving on. First off, I'm gonna build a structure around the pumpkin farm, and I think on the 1st or 2nd floor, because this is gonna be the basement, is where I'm gonna have all the farming villagers that I'm going to be trading with. And then back over here, I was thinking about putting in the spruce saplings back here, but instead I actually want to build another structure, which I'm thinking about doing a windmill, which means I'm going to need quite a bit of wool, so I grabbed the 2 sheep that have been wandering the island and threw them in a pen so I can start breeding them. While I was waiting for the breeding cooldown on the sheep, I decided to make my way into the nether to collect up a bunch of nether gold ore. I'm going to need tons of gold ingots in order to craft all of these golden apples, and honestly, I feel like with the fortune pickaxe, mining the nether gold ore is much quicker than going down in the caves in the overworld. Since I had the gold ore and I could trade it with some piglins, I decided to do that because I know they trade you ender pearls, or I want to say eyes of ender. I got some good items, but no luck when it came to those 2. I also needed a little bit of mushrooms so I can make some potions of weakness. And since I was next to the warped forest where tons of endermen spawn, I decided to stare a few in the eyes and try getting some ender pearls from them. I ended up getting 3, but I do think this is going to be the best way to get ender pearls, so I'll be back. Once I was back from the nether, I could now craft all my golden apples and brew up some potions of weakness so I can get started on curing these villagers. Well, first I need to check their trade. If I like it, then I can turn them into a zombified villager, and once I have a few of these guys, I can cure them in a group. And by the morning of day 50, these villagers are pretty much all cured. Who's attacking who? No, that's not good. Okay, I gotta fix that. It seems that I missed 2 of them with the golden apples, so I need to just make my way back here. Perfect. And then if I throw that, now I can get both of them, and man, that is loud. But these guys are mostly cured up, so if I start trading with them, I should be able to get some pretty cheap trades. Yeah, look at that. 1 pumpkin for an emerald. I will do that. Oh my goodness, already up to 22 emeralds. Anyways, I still don't have a home set up for these guys, which means I need to get building this structure because that is where they are going to be stored. When it came to the block palette I wanted to use, I decided to mainly stick with spruce, stone brick, and also a little bit of oak. This farmhouse didn't need to be absolutely massive because I am only going to have 6 to 7 farming villagers in it, but it ended up being a little bit bigger just because I had to cover up the auto pumpkin farm. Once I had it built, I spent a little while getting all of the villagers into place so they couldn't wander around and get attacked by a zombie. That took just about all of my building blocks, but the structure is now complete with our farming villagers inside of it. I also got some chests right here, so I'm able to trade with these guys relatively easily, and nope, I can't trade with them just yet. I really need to do something about these guys that trade melons because I don't have melons right now, and I'm not sure if wandering traders trade melon seeds, which means those guys are pretty much useless. Anyways, it took me quite a while to build that house, and there's a lot more buildings I want to build on this island before the 100 days is over. So we're going to keep moving and get started on the library, which is going to go right about here for all of our librarian villagers. But first, I need to jump down into the caves to gather up a decent amount of stone, along with going a little bit deeper and collecting up a few stacks of deep slate. Once I had plenty enough deep slate and stone, I also spent a little while collecting up some spruce, and then I could finally get started on building this library. As of right now, I don't have any librarian villagers. I just want to be prepared, and I was also in a building mood, so might as well keep going. It's mainly going to be built out of stone with some roofs of deep slate and then some hints of spruce throughout the structure. And so far, I am really liking how this building has turned out. It's a little tight on the inside, so it's going to be tough to get a decent amount of librarian villagers in here, but I'm kind of thinking of putting them all the way up the walls and then having some ladders going up so I can trade with them. Anyways, while I was actually building the library, I was trading with the farmer villagers a decent amount, and I was able to get a lot of XP and pretty much enchant all my tools and armor. Well, actually, I haven't enchanted the leggings chest plate yet, but I'm gonna get to it. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do it right now. I just need to get a few more pumpkins and then trade with these guys, which will very easily get me up to level 30. I'm actually going to trade for, no, I don't want cookies, I want pumpkin pie, because that is going to be my new food source, and just like that, we are up to level 30. I'm going to go for the bow on this enchantment. I'm really hoping I get some infinity. Oh my goodness.
Damn, I
need
missed
that
a
infinity
ton
to
of
fight
shit
the Ender
over
Dragon.
here.
Okay, so that was a waste of pumpkins and time and levels, but we're going to get it eventually. And that is going to be achieved by these guys. I want to get started on curing some librarian villagers so I can get some really good book trades from them. Things like feather falling, infinity, fortune, silk touch, and a bunch of other really good items. With that being said, I decided to spend days 61, 62, and part of 63 getting some librarian villagers. I was passing up a lot of really good trades, but I mainly just wanted looting 3, feather falling, mending, or infinity. And out of those 4, I was able to get feather falling 4, infinity, and then this guy right here is a special guy. He has mending, which is great. I'm just waiting for him to cure up, but I am gonna go ahead and buy one of these feather falling books along with one of these infinity books.
There you are.
So now I can go ahead and take my bow, put infinity on that, and then I want to grab my boots and put some feather falling 4 on those, so fall damage really shouldn't be an issue moving forward. Also, these boots are really good. Protection 4, depth strider 3, unbreaking 3, and feather falling 4, and soon we're going to be adding some mending to them. Anyways, the reason I only cured 3 librarian villagers is because I ran out of gold and couldn't craft any more golden apples. So at some point we are going to have to go back into the nether and harvest a bunch of nether gold ore. I'm going to leave these guys in here for now. I'm not going to move them over to the library until we have a few more of them, which, like I just said, that's going to have to wait a little bit because I want to take some time to work on another project, which really isn't going to do anything. It's more just for looks. Right here, there's this pit, and I really want to fill it up with water. For some reason, I just feel like it could look really cool having like a little pond or creek right here. And then to spruce it up a little bit more, I actually want to get rid of this house right here and build a much larger sugarcane farm for all of my needs. As I start trading with the librarian villagers more and more, paper is the easiest trade with them, so I want to make sure I have plenty of sugarcane. And eventually we will build an automatic sugarcane farm. I wasn't quite able to fill in all of the sugarcane because I did use a lot of it to make paper, so as it grows in, I'll start placing all of this in. I also made a pathway leading up to the farmhouse just because I was losing my mind that I hadn't done it yet. So now there's a proper way for me to actually get over here. I mean, I could have just crossed the water, but it's a pathway. We wanted a pathway. Anyways, it is now day 66, and I'm starting to get on a little bit of a time crunch. If we come back over to our to-do list, there's a few things I still need to get done before this 100 days is over. First off, kill the Ender Dragon along with getting Elytra. I sort of have a villager trading hall already set up. I want to do a lot more, but we kind of have one. I already have the full diamond armor and tools. I just need to build the castle in the overworld, and then I can get looking for the end portal and go kill that Ender Dragon. I'm not totally sure about trying to get the Elytra in the first 100 days because I am stuck on an island. So if I did get him, it's not like I could really use him that much. With that being said though, I'm gonna get started on building this castle, which is gonna go right about here. I need to get rid of these 2 villager houses and our nether portal, which should give me plenty of room to construct this thing. This feels so wrong to do, but I kind of have to do it. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure when I place this back in, we're gonna go to the exact same location, which we are going to go ahead and test right now because I just spent the last 4 days getting a few more librarian villagers set up, so I'm able to max out my tools even more. The only thing is I am all out of gold, so I need to go into the nether to collect up some nether gold ore. So I'm just going to put this right here for now. We can always come back and move it a little bit later. With all of my gold now acquired, I can turn all of these into apples. 5 is the exact amount I need. And I just need to find where I put my other potions of weakness. Oh, I left them in here. Oh, that's perfect. And as we've done before, I just need to throw this. Ouch! I would kill you if I could, but I can't. I just need to throw this right about there and make sure to hit all of these guys. Okay, I got all 5 of them. Perfect. Once they're done curing, I will show you the trades that I chose to go with them. They're pretty good. Anyways, while those guys are curing up, I want to get started on this miniature castle, and I'm gonna need to tear down a few of these houses. So let's get to it. It does feel a little bit wrong to be getting rid of these villager houses because I do want the island to feel full and have plenty of structures on it. And by getting rid of these houses, I'm doing the exact opposite. As much as I want to keep them, I really don't like the way vanilla villager houses look. The 3 villager houses are now out of the way, and yeah, this is going to be plenty enough room to build this miniature castle. But since that took me a few minutes to take those houses down, these villagers should be done curing. And yes, they are. Okay, we had a completely successful attempt this time.
Fuck?
And this guy has silk touch. This one has looting 2. I really wanted looting 3, but it's a long story. This guy has power 4. This guy has efficiency 4, and this final one has sharpness 4.
Brother.
I was really trying to get some unbreaking 3, but I swear it just was not coming around. I spent pretty much days 67, 68, 69, and part of 70 just trying to get unbreaking 3, and I had no
I was
luck.
kind of
Luckily
ass.
though, I do have a mending guy, so while I was maxing out those 3 over there, I was able to buy a decent amount of mending books, so I can put that all on my tools along with my armor. We are now on to day 72, and the first thing I want to do is actually I crafted a new diamond pickaxe, and I want to deck this thing out a lot. So we have efficiency 4, mending, and silk touch. Like I said, I would love unbreaking 3, but it's just gonna have to wait. The reason I want a silk touch pickaxe is because so far on this island, I've mainly been building out of stone and stone brick, and so by having a silk touch pickaxe, I'm eliminating one step in the process, which is smelting the cobblestone into stone. So it
500
takes less
damage
time
with
and
armor
also
is
doesn't
so
involve any
oofy.
coal. With this being said, I jumped down into the caves and spent a decent amount of time down there collecting up a couple stacks of stone because this is going to be the main building block for this castle. Once I had enough stone and deep slate collected up, I made my way back to the surface and bone milled a few 2x2 spruce trees because I'm planning on using a lot of spruce on this castle. And by the morning of day 74, I am pretty much ready to get started building this thing. I have a chest full of just a bunch of random items that I can craft as I'm building it, but with that being said, let's get to it. The first step in this process is I actually want to raise the land up about 2 blocks because I want this castle
I
to
do
feel
not
like
like
the
that one bit.
centerpiece of this island. So far,
And they
I've
have
pretty
to
much
be in
built every
front of you.
structure on the same block level, so I
That
really
is
want this
so
one to stand
ass.
out by being a
Oh,
little
this
bit
is
tall.
ass.
With that complete, I can now get started on the first floor, which is going to have some
Yeah.
very, very tall
we're gonna
walls
get
and
that
a
immediately.
nice big door to enter from. As you can tell, this building is going to be quite large, so I have a lot of different plans and ideas that we can fill this thing up with. I did eventually run out of stone, so rather than jumping back down into the mines,
fuck?
I decided to start digging a basement, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put a automated automatic sugarcane farm down here. I really want this island to be full of automatic farms and a bunch of different villager trading halls. I want it to be completely self-sufficient, meaning the farms are going to work with the villagers' trades. Anyways, on the second floor, I want there to be 3 large windows and an even larger 4th one. And then when it came to the roof design, I decided to use some spruce as the trim and then mainly deep slate. I want a lot of these structures to have a similar building palette, and this is what I've decided on: spruce, deep slate, and stone. And then here and there on some of the builds, I will add in a little bit of color. And on day 80, the building is mostly complete, but we're gonna stop for now. I've decided to give myself the last 20 days to get all of these together in order to go to the end and kill the Ender Dragon. And if we have a few days left over, then we can come back and finish up some building. Because right now, the tower for the castle is, it's missing the tower part of it. So with that being said, I spent the rest of day 80 and 81 brewing up a bunch of instant health 2 potions so I can be nice and regenerated when I'm fighting the Ender Dragon. I also wanted to put some enchanted books I got from the villagers on my tools and armor, mainly being looting 3 onto my sword because I still need to go into the nether and go to the warped forest to kill a bunch of endermen and get some ender pearls. Besides that, I also put some power 4 on my bow and fixed up some of my tools and armor. And just like that, I'm pretty much ready to head into the nether. I just need to make my way over to the portal and then make my way back over to the nether fortress we were in earlier, along with changing out my helmet so I don't get attacked by any piglins. Since the nether fortress is right next to the warp forest, I'm going to start by getting the ender pearls, which should be pretty easy. I just need to find an enderman. And can you see me? I don't know if you can see me from up there. Okay, maybe I'm too far away. Can you see me now? Oh, yeah, he can see me now. I just need him to, you know, teleport on over here. Okay, I guess he's not going to. This is the beauty of feather falling. I can just jump down that and have no issue. Anyways, I'm up to 19 ender pearls now, which I think should be plenty enough. Oh, whoa, look at that. We got a baby zombified piglin riding a chicken. I'm pretty sure that's kind of rare, and that enderman's on fire. Now that I have plenty enough ender pearls, I need to make my way into this nether fortress so I can go ahead and get some more blaze rods, which isn't going to be... okay, that's exactly what I was going to say. This isn't going to be the easiest thing in the world. This is where I entered from. Okay, I think I'm all good. And now that I have my looting 3, I actually can maybe get myself a wither skull. Where are you going? You're just going to disappear? We have a blaze spawner right here, so hopefully they can spawn in, and I'm actually going to drink this potion of fire resistance. So now they can just do their thorns damage and not any other damage. 16 blaze rods later, and I'm pretty much ready to get out of the nether. This is going to be the last nether trip of this 100 days. I'm sure we will be back if we continue to do another 100 days after this. I just need to go ahead and make my way all the way back to the portal, which wasn't very difficult whatsoever. I got to be careful not to ever jump off that. Maybe I should build some blocks right there so that doesn't happen. And I'm going to go ahead and sleep because it's a thunderstorm and I don't want to die by thunder. Or I guess I'd be dying by lightning. Yeah, correct me. Do it. Anyways, I was actually able to kill a ghast when I was in the nether, so I will be able to make some potions of regeneration, which in my opinion is one of the best potions in the game. And honestly, I think I am pretty much ready to go. I have plenty of potions, Eyes of Enders, some building blocks, and also an infinity bow, because if you watched my last 100 days, you'll know that was the end of me. So for now, we are going to say goodbye to our island and throw this first Eye of Ender and see which direction it pushes me in. And I guess we're going to be going this way. You know, this isn't a complete ocean world, it's just a normal seed, but man, there has not been a lot of land. Oh, and just as I'm saying that, we are finally approaching some land. Go ahead and make sure we are still going in the right direction. Thank goodness this stronghold is not underwater. We'll go ahead and run a little bit up the land and... still going in this direction. And the ender pearl has switched directions. Oh no, I lost another one. So it wants us to go up this hill. So it must be right around here. Oh, now it's backwards. Now if I go right down here, which direction is it going to go in? I don't know where that just went. Oh, okay, yep, it's down here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sleep through the night and we can get to digging. Now this might be a little controversial for a lot of you, but I like to dig straight down and I'll just use 2 blocks right here. So at least if I dig into lava, I will be able to see it a little bit before. Okay, so we have a mine shaft with a chest right there. Light this up a little bit. Might as well check the chest. Might as well. Oh, we got melon seeds. Oh, am I allowed to take these? Oh, I don't know if I should be. You know, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them. I think that's fine. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep digging down. I really don't like
Thank
that I'm
fuck.
digging through a mine shaft because it's a little spooky with all of the cave spiders. But I'll just move quickly by it. And we've hit a water cave, which is actually not great. So I'm just gonna go ahead and build some walls around it. Luckily, I do have a respiration 3, so it makes it a little bit easier. And I'll fill in all these blocks, so when I go through and mine them again, there's no water. Just like that. And now we're hitting Deep Slate, close that off. Oh, and that is crackstone brick, which can only mean one thing. We have officially dug in to the stronghold. And now begins the super fun process of going through this maze and seeing if I can find the portal. We got another staircase. Oh, and oh my goodness, the end portal is literally right there. Forgot about the spawner, get rid of that, and I am so glad I brought extra Eyes of Ender. You know, I brought like a bed and a chest, and I just realized this is hardcore Minecraft, so if I die, it's not like I'm gonna respawn at the bed. Anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in this portal, all of these Eyes of Ender, and ooh baby. One other thing I'm gonna do, just because it always scares me, is I'm gonna cover up this lava. I just don't want to fall through and, you know, die by
my
lava before I
damage
even get
is
to the end.
shit.
Real quick, I'm gonna get my inventory set up, and I
Keep
think I'm
regenerating.
ready to go ahead
For the love
and
of
jump
fuck's sake.
through. Oh, okay, I don't like this positioning. I'm going into the hill. I'm going into the hill immediately. I've always liked to build a staircase up to the surface, just so I have a place to go run down into and hide if I need to. Okay, there is the surface, and I've just realized I forgot one item, which is gonna make this way more difficult. I forgot to bring a pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern, which means if I look into the eyes of a Enderman, I am out of luck. Start taking out all of this stuff. You guys have seen a bunch of people do this before, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get to work and start the time lapse.
Oh, thank fucking Christ.
Well, we made it almost to day 100, and yeah, that was pretty brutal. I died, but that's okay. It's what it is, but hey, fun time. We had a great time. So I went ahead and turned cheats on real quick just so we can do a little tour of the world. I mean, we ended up making it to day 85,
Oh, get shit on.
almost 100, but man, that Ender Dragon is very difficult to kill in hardcore mode. Like, it's just, I don't know, there's something about it that's really, really difficult. Anyways, we have the castle that we sort of built. We have our field over here of sugarcane. We have our villager breeder, which has been awesome with all of our librarian villagers, our farmhouse with an auto pumpkin farm below it, along with all of our farming villagers. Yeah, this was a very, very fun world, and I will be back to try it again because I know I'll be able to kill the Ender Dragon. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.
Storm incoming.
Listen, paying $14.99 a month for a streaming app and $9.99 a month for a music app, and $12.99 for
Man,
a
this sounds
fitness
like
app,
Minecraft
and
and something
more
don't
money
look
for a
right.
Today,
You might
I'm
be
gonna
onto
build
something.
a full-blown mining operation
You
with an
might be
automatic
onto
storage
something.
system. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and let's get this video to 5,000 likes for episode 3. Now, before we go ahead and get started on this strip mine, I actually want to go ahead and build a wheat field right off to the side over here, because this one up here is just not going to cut it. It's not very big, and I kind of want to switch it over to just mainly a potato field. And then eventually, if we get some carrots, I'll build another small carrot field. I've harvested up the small field a few times, so I'm hoping this is enough seeds to build the next one, but I'm not sure it's going to be. I guess we'll just have to find out. I first went ahead and brought in some fences and placed them around the perimeter of this field, and then took some birch leaves and oak leaves to add a little bit of
Might be
darkness around those
How'd you
places,
fucking
and on a few
know?
of these, I'll place lanterns.
How'd
to make sure
you
the place
know it
is
was
nice and lit
Terraria?
up and there's no mob
You
spawns.
son
From
of
there,
a
I can start to figure
bastard.
out
How'd
where the
you
water
know?
sources are gonna be, and I don't really think there's a science to it, so I just always usually go around finding random spots. And then I put some upside down slabs over the top of them and waterlogged them, so when I'm harvesting the farms, I'm not constantly falling into the water sources. Similar to the other field, the four
Supposed to
blocks
be a
just around the
secret.
water
Come
sources where
on.
sugarcane can grow, I went ahead and replaced them with normal dirt so I can place sugarcane in, making this field useful in two ways, one for wheat and the other one for a little sugarcane harvesting farm. And finally, to finish things off, I grabbed my wheat seeds and started filling in all the farmland with these seeds. I didn't have nearly enough seeds to get this entire field placed in, so I'm just gonna wait for it to grow up, harvest it, and place the remaining seeds in. This field is almost fully grown,
Wait a
so
minute.
honestly, once
Castle
I harvest
Miner
it, that
Z,
should be
that's
enough
a
seeds to fill in
fucking
the other
oldie.
field. Do you have any goodies to trade, kind sir? No, you don't. Moving on to the mine entrance, I'm gonna build it right over here where these peonies are, which I need to remove just because it makes it kind of difficult to see what I'm gonna be doing. That should be fine. And I'm gonna use some dirt to bring out the land just a little bit so it doesn't feel so cramped, especially once I put in the structure. And I also want to have a nice pathway leading up to it because one of my big things in this world is to have pathways leading to everything. Even if a build is 1,000 blocks away, I would really like to build a pathway to it, even though that's probably gonna suck and not be fun to do. And just like that, we have a nice little pathway leading up to the big platform that we can build on for this mine entrance. Although it's not completely finished yet because I still need to do a little bit of terraforming down here because that's not gonna cut it. Okay, now how do I get back? Do I really have to go all the way around just to get back up to the top? That is another thing we'll fix, is adding a little staircase from the shoreline up to where our builds are actually gonna be. With a little bit of terraforming left, I went ahead and set up my cobblestone generator so I can gather a couple stacks of cobblestone and smelt it into stone. Now that the stone is all smelted up, I can go ahead and finish the terraforming right here and also add in a pathway. While I finish up the terraforming, I wanted to take a second to talk about my brand new YouTube membership, which is just going to be a way for you guys to support me if you want to show a little extra love. It's going to be $4.99,
We're not
and it
advertising
completely
for
let
other
me be able to get some of
YouTubers
my
out here.
tools or armor enchanted before the end of this episode. So I'm going to go out and look for some villages that are full of librarian villager buildings. I'm also going to kill pretty much every cow I see on the way because I can also get leather that way. Since I'm traveling by boat, I found a few sunken ships that I decided to swim down into and loot. One of them had pretty decent treasure, but the other two not so good. I also remembered to grab the treasure map so I can go around and dig up those loot chests. See how tiny that little dot of me is in the bottom right corner? That means I am extremely far from this treasure chest. Oh, and look at that. There's another sunken ship right over there that I missed. That ship did not really have anything good, so I continued on my journey looking for another village and some more cows to kill. The next village I found didn't have any bookshelves, but it was loaded to the brim with hay bales, so I used my hoe and collected all of this up. Guys, guess what? I just found a mesa, but it's like the smallest mesa known to man. There's a little bit more of it right over there, but this is mainly just red sand, which honestly,
Give me some better shit.
Minutes collecting up. I was starting to get close to the location on the treasure map, so once X marks the spot, I went ahead and dug around for quite a while looking for this chest, which for some reason was not even close to the X on the map. I'm now up to 46 leather, which is one more than I need to build this enchantment setup, and I also got some other goodies. Sadly, we were only able to get 1 diamond from the wrecked ship, but I did get an enchanted golden apple, which is pretty sweet, along with a couple blocks of gold, and the carrots that I wanted so badly. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and make that treacherous journey back home, which I guess now is almost 2,500 blocks away. Better get to it. I guess at some point in my journey back home, I lost my bet. I've looked through pretty much every one of the chests, and I don't see it anywhere. And it also happens to be nighttime while it's raining. So I don't know what to do. There's a decent amount of sheep over there that I can go kill and get some wool to make a bed. But once again, it's nighttime and it's raining, and this is hardcore Minecraft, so I don't want to die. You know what? I've grabbed my shield and I'm gonna make my way over there after I close this door and try to get 3 pieces of wool. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so absolutely terrifying right now. I just need 3 pieces though.
This might be my
3 pieces
shittiest
have been
run yet.
acquired. I'm gonna make my way back over to the house, craft myself 1 bed, and then go to
considering
sleep
it's
so no more
Sarufi.
mobs are trying to kill me. Since I'm not quite level 30 yet, we're gonna go ahead
Sounds
and
about
hold off
right.
on crafting all the bookshelves until I actually get up to level 30. Now that some time has passed, most of the
For
wheat is
fuck's
all
sake,
grown
we
in, so I
haven't
can go
seen.
ahead and place in the rest of this field.
Where's the boss?
This upper field is strictly going to be used for potatoes, and I'm hoping the 2 1/4 stacks of potatoes I have is enough to place this entire thing in.
Where's the boss?
And it was with
I'm an
just
idiot.
16 potatoes to spare. And now I can just go in and place the rest of this wheat field in. And also, since we got carrots while we were out on our journey, we're also going to need to build a carrot field before this episode is
They're
over.
here.
I'm going to wait on doing that though, because I really want to get back to working on this mine entrance. To help myself with the planning process, I went ahead and took a screenshot of the land so I can kind of draw out a template that I'm going to follow. Off to the right and left side, I want to build some boulders, and then in between the two of them is where I actually want to put the structure, which is where the entrance is going to go. And inside of one of the boulders is where I'm going to store a little storage room along with our cobblestone generator. The orange is going to represent some lava flowing out of the boulders just to kind of give that feel of more of a mine entrance. I'm obviously going to continue the path up
We
to the
did kill
front
the
of
Bushman.
entrance, along with building some custom trees up above it.
Gotta
And then
give
the
me that.
blue is my attempt at drawing a little storage cart. And don't judge me, I'm not very artistic. Now that I have
Alright,
a
Hall.
plan, I went ahead and got started on collecting up all the blocks I need.
What are
First
we
up, I
buying?
need quite a bit of cobblestone that I can smelt into stone for constructing these boulders. From there, I need
Carry
some
more
spruce
tons.
logs, so I got some bone meal so I can get a 2x2 spruce tree, but 3 bone meal wasn't enough, so I went back and got 6 more, and it finally grew. And then I also want to collect up a little bit of moss so I can do some
Also, like,
texturing on the
ages.
boulders, along with being able to craft
sounds
some
like dog
mossy
shit.
cobblestone. And now that I have some items together, we can actually go ahead and get started on this mine
Get
entrance.
ages with
For
it?
starters, I want to get the actual entrance itself kind of figured out before I go ahead and start constructing these boulders. I'm gonna go ahead and do a 5-block gap in between, and then I'm gonna bring these up, let's say 4 blocks, and then using some stairs, I can kind of round this out a little bit, and then I actually want to bring some logs across the top like this. And of course, I didn't bring enough with me. I think 5 blocks wide is going to be too unproportional and too large, so I'm actually going to bring this down to 3. I like the size of that a lot better.
That has
I'm
to
going to
go.
strip all of these spruce logs down so it's a little lighter of a tone of brown. And then
We're gonna go
one
with
block
Megatron.
back, I'm going to use some stone and cobblestone to do a touch of texturing, and that is where our door is going to go. And then using some more logs and a few slabs, I can do something a little bit like this, and then I'll bring it out another
Look at
block
that
using
fucking
some stairs
strut.
and some trap doors. I want these sides to carry out a little bit more, but I also want them to kind of disappear into the side of the boulders. So I'm gonna have the boulders start, let's say, right about here. That will be one of them, and then the other
Bro's got
one is
aura.
gonna go, let's say, right about here. And actually, I'm gonna replace this stone and cobblestone with the
damage.
same texturing we did with the oak logs and oak planks, because it was sort of starting to blend into these boulders right here, or at least the templates of them. With the basic idea figured out of what I want this place to look like, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it into a time lapse because constructing these boulders take quite a while. There's always a sweet spot when it comes to terraforming because something small can go really quickly and something large will take a
choosing
long
crit or we
time, but it's
refreshing?
usually pretty easy to do. When you're working on these things that are kind of a medium size, I feel like it
What
takes
are we
the
doing?
longest because you need to be careful with what you detail with and also the shape of them since you don't have a ton of space to work with. I'd say this is a pretty solid start. I wasn't gonna build anything really on top of this mine entrance, but now that I've taken a step back from it, I feel like it maybe needs a second floor to it. Luckily, we're gonna have plenty of space to work with. It just means I'm not gonna be building the boulder
fucking
that
hate
was
the
gonna go
delay.
back here. I don't know. I might still build it depending on how this second floor
Refresh.
turns out, but
Okay.
we're just gonna have to wait and see. Since I'm gonna be building a second floor, that does mean I'm gonna need some sort of roofing material, and I was gonna do brick and granite, but to stick with the same block template, I think I'm actually gonna use deep slate, which means I need to
Kinda
go
wanna
flex
get
some up.
boned.
I really didn't want to dig a staircase or explore another cave that goes all the way down to the deep slate, so I decided to make my way back over to the cave we explored in episode 1 because I remember there being a water drop that pretty much drops
going
you
to
from the
bone?
surface all the way down to
I'm
the
really
deep
hoping
slate
you say
levels.
bone.
I really only needed about 2 to 3 stacks of this stuff because the roof of this second floor on the mine entrance isn't going to be super big. I collected up a little extra just in case we do any more projects
You
in
son of
today's
a bitch,
episode,
I'm in.
and then I made my way back up to the surface. Man, I really wish I brought my buckets with me because I'm gonna need lava for this mine entrance, and
We'll
I
get
could have
XP early.
easily collected it up from here. So I guess that means I'm gonna have to make another trip back down here shortly. Now that I have the deep slate, I'm gonna go ahead and get this entrance all finished up. I wanted to keep this second floor pretty small because I wanted to be proportional to the build surrounding it along with the boulders. This is something I brought up in the last episode about if I'm building a village or a city, I really want a lot of the builds to be similar in size,
know, I've
so one of
gotten
them
the,
doesn't stick
keys
out
so many
completely
times, but
from
I
the
don't-
others. I'm gonna go ahead and put another
I don't really
medium-sized
think I've
boulder
gotten
right
any
here
free
so
chests.
it
I might
gives
have
us a
gotten
little
one
bit
or
of
two.
separation between the mine building and the starter house. And so far, I think this build is turning out great. I brought in a little bit of moss near the base of the boulders just to make it blend a little bit with the grass. I did not mean to do that. And then we have a little flat area up here, which I'm not exactly sure what to do with. I was thinking about maybe putting in some 2 tall flowers, or even maybe putting in like a super small carrot field, but I'm not
see
sure.
you started
With the
playing
exterior
Megamonk as
now
well.
about 90% complete, I want to take a break from this project and get the enchantment table set up so I can get my pickaxe enchanted. The reason I want to do this right now is
Glad I
because there
can
is a
inspire you,
lot of
brother.
excavating that needs to be done. I should also probably use some torches and light this up so no mobs are spawning back here while I'm working on other things. I pretty much have everything I need besides the sugarcane, so I just went around our small fields harvesting some of this up, and once I had 3 stacks, I could craft all the books, bookshelves, and the enchantment table. And now I just need to find a place to put this thing in. I went ahead and just put the enchantment table on the 2nd floor of the mine entrance for now, because I really don't have anywhere else to put it unless I just want it to be outside, which I definitely don't want to do. We're currently showing efficiency 4, but I'm not level 30 just yet, so I'm not going to enchant, but I do have an idea that will get us up to level 30 pretty quickly. By using some obsidian, I can rebuild this abandoned nether portal out here in the water and make my way into the nether to collect up a decent amount of quartz. And of course, we spawned in literally the single worst biome in the entire nether. It's like the one biome that doesn't have like any quartz at all, and oh my goodness, there's one right. Okay, I'm gonna go back through and grab some building blocks so I can get out of here. With some building blocks acquired, I can start bridging and tunneling looking for another wasteland, because this is the biome that is absolutely loaded to the brim with quartz. I constantly was having to avoid ghast along with some skeletons and even some magma cubes. Finally though, I was able to find another wasteland and start collecting up this quartz until I reached level 30. Luckily, that didn't take very long whatsoever. I'm also going to go ahead and collect up some of these bone blocks because that is free bone meal. And as you guys know, I love bone meal. I'm now up to level 30, and I also got 56 bone blocks, which is going to be a ton of bone meal, so I'm going to make my way back to the overworld. And of course, it's nighttime, gotta get to the bed. I went ahead and crafted a brand new diamond pickaxe because my current one was pretty wrecked. But without further ado, let's see if we can get more than just efficiency 4. Okay, that is a really solid pickaxe. Fortune or Silk Touch would have been nice, but this is gonna be a great pickaxe for just getting some work done. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and clear out a pretty large room inside of this mine entrance so I have some space for some storage, along with putting in our cobblestone generator. With the room all dug out, I've been playing around with some cobblestone to get an idea of what I want the inside of this entrance to look like. And honestly, I'm having quite a bit of trouble with it. I sort of have an idea of what I want to do, but it's really hard to explain when the room looks like this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dig it all out and explain it after. As we make our way down these steps, I want there to be a 3x3 hole, which is gonna go all the way to the bedrock. My thought with this is to do a water elevator going from the bottom to the top that will transport all of our items, which will lead into an auto sorter that will be right up here. I'm gonna split this project up into different sections to make it not so overwhelming. First up, I'm gonna go ahead and dig this pit all the way to the bottom of the world, which didn't take too long at all, and I also ran into some diamonds on my way down. For now, I crafted a bunch of ladders, and I'll just go up and down using the ladders and have a water source at the bottom that I can fall into. This is very spooky. I definitely don't want to fall down into this hole if I'm not gonna land in the water source, because that will be an instant death and a very sad me because I will have lost this world. Continuing on, I went ahead and dug out a 6x9 block area along this back wall, which is where our auto sorting system is gonna go. From there, I needed to make my way back up to the mountain where we harvested all the iron back in episode 1 because I'm gonna need quite a bit to craft some hoppers for this system. Luckily, there is tons of iron up here and a bunch of coal, which I'm harvesting also, so I'm able to smelt up all this iron. By the time I was all finished up, I was now level 30, so I went ahead and crafted a brand new diamond axe and went to enchant it. I was able to get efficiency 4 and unbreaking 3 on it, which I'm really happy about because I need to chop a bunch of 2x2 spruce trees so I can craft all the chests for the hoppers and also for the storage. And then I went on to do a decent sized crafting spree to get all the items together. Now, as some of you guys already know, I'm not very good at redstone, so I went online and found a tutorial, which I'll link down in the description. It turns out these auto sorters aren't very difficult to build. They pretty much just require a bunch of chests and a ton of hoppers, and then some other important redstone components like comparators, repeaters, and some redstone dust. I don't really understand how the item filter works. I ended up just using paper because I needed 4 placeholder items in each hopper, and I felt like paper was the least common thing I would accidentally put in the storage system. Probably the hardest part about this project was just deciding what blocks I actually want to sort. Luckily, it is pretty easy to expand this thing, so in the future, if I want to add some more chests, I am able to. This thing should be all finished up, at least when it comes to the redstone part, so I got a random assortment of blocks right here and items that I'm going to throw in this water stream, and anything that isn't sorted in here should end up in the chest, and everything that I did sort should end up in the correlating chest. So I'll just throw everything down like this, and now I can start to see if any items are funneling in this one. Yes, we have some wheat seeds already. The gravel is in there, and the cobblestone went into the cobblestone chest. And everything I did not sort is in here. It seems that everything is working, and you know what? I always thought these projects were pretty daunting, especially these auto sorters, but it turns out it was very easy to build. I guess the next step in this project is to actually make this room look good, because right now it is very, very ugly looking. For starters, I want to get all the trapdoors placed around the water elevator that goes from the very bottom of the world up to the actual storage room. I want to use trapdoors for this, so no matter what level I'm mining on, I can just flip open a trapdoor real quick and throw my items into the water elevator. I also think it looks nice. It kind of gives this look of it being a pipe rather than a full block or like a big blocky elevator thing. With all of the trapdoors now placed in and the water running all the way to the bottom of the world, I now need to go ahead and drop to the bottom, which this I never get used to this part. It is so terrifying. And I need to replace this bottom block with a piece of soul sand. And then I'm actually going to take these two trapdoors right here and face them like that. And luckily, when I was exploring some of those sunken ships earlier, I was able to get 2 water breathing potions, each being 3 minutes. So that should be more than enough time to drink one of those and to run the kelp all the way to the top. Oh yeah, definitely more than enough. I didn't even need to touch the other potion, and I still have 2 minutes left on this one. So now I need to drop all the way back down to the bottom again, so I can get rid of the kelp. And then this should be bubble columns all the way up to the very top of this water elevator. Yes, it is. All right, so this thing is totally working then. Continuing on, I brought in some oak logs and spruce logs to add supports to make it look like the ceiling is being held up by these. And then I wanted to replace all the blocks in the walls with stone so it has a nice consistent look. Bringing in some stone stairs and stone slabs, I rounded off the edges just a little bit, and then I went ahead and replaced the entire floor with coarse dirt, or at least anywhere that I'm going to be walking. And after about an hour of work, the interior of this mine entrance is pretty much all finished up. I think it turned out great, besides the fact that there isn't much texturing in the walls, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of andesite and add little veins of it, which will just give us a little bit more detail. And also, eventually, I am going to expand this storage over to this side or that side, because just having enough space to sort 9 items in a mine is not enough. I also left certain areas a little bit on the darker side because I do want it to feel like it is underground and not to be super bright and lively in here. But I guess I did add leaves, which adds life. But they were necessary. Leaves and bone meal are always necessary in my mind. Anyways, with the project all finished up, I think this is a great spot to call it for an episode. I hope you guys enjoyed a ton, and I will see you in the next one.
In the next one.
We all know how much it sucks to collect wood in Minecraft, so today I'm going to build a huge lumber mill to make this process a little bit more enjoyable. This will include multiple automatic tree farms for the different types of saplings in the game, along with a fully organized storage room.
My baby's calling me. Because the armor is oofy per level, yeah. Why, hello, gorgeous.
Hi, baby.
How was work, baby?
Much.
You said much what? Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Still long. Natasha or Faith? Or some other random lady? Oh. Yeah. 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 Might not have been the best day to do it. I can imagine. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. But she decided that wasn't enough. Yeah. Yeah, for the love of God, don't go back. Yeah. Not a good look. Even though... Yeah. Hmm. Eating steak. Steak. Oh, baby. Yeah, I definitely would. What'd she even say? Yeah. Oh, baby, you are not having a good day. I'm sorry, baby. Baby. I'm sorry. You want me to get you anything? Okay. Good luck, baby. My girlfriend is not having a good day. Yeah, Aura seems like it's fallen off real hard. Like... Welcome back, baby. Oh. Oh, baby. Get the fuck out of my house. Yeah. Well, was that her lunch, or was she just gone? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh. She said, "Thank God you're here. I need to fuck off." Need extra help. Yeah. 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 Tell him, baby. Yeah. Yeah. That's when you call her a dumb bitch. At that point, that's all you can do, and that's about what I would do, baby. Gotta move on. Oh, yeah. She really wants you to want her. Oh. Fuck no. Yeah. Yeah. That's the problem, baby. Yeah. I don't think she wants to, babe. Babe, this is torture. Don't do this to me. Oh. Yeah, I can imagine. And she's being a dumb bitch. Yeah. Baby, you got this. And then you can come over to my house, baby. You can escape. it's the doo 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 for me. We'll get there, baby. How much are they selling it for? Yeah. Yeah, they will. It might have been emptying the house, taking what they want out of it. Hey, baby. You tell me if we're gonna throw it down, and I'll cancel your birthday present, and we'll throw it down. You will, baby. Or you'll have a better job. No, you don't know that, baby. You've got a pretty decent resume now. Yeah, and all promotions. You got a story you can tell in an interview. Where are you? I'm sorry, baby. Oh, it's okay, baby. Relax. Calm down. Think about the house. Think about the house. Okay, well then think about all the blood of your enemies. In the middle of the street. Oh, baby. You know you can always come over here. I know it's a bit of a drive, though. Yeah, you letting the thought of your blood of your enemies get to your head. And kicking the dog. He's walking here. you hear that white man laugh? That was such a white man laugh. It's like my fake laugh at work. Oh, you're so funny. Oh, get away from me. Oh. Yeah, Lord came up to me and repeated my joke to me, like, and I was just like, I know I'm funny. Don't repeat it. Good job, baby. She's doing math. Ooh. What do you have? What are the options? No, I don't know, baby. I'm not usually a fan of simple drinks, but I guess I'll go with Jack since, you know, Coke and Jack. I don't know. That's my best input, baby. Baby, don't die. That's liquor. Oh, the fuck? Can I not get out of here? Oh, Jimmy there. All quick, I need you to tell me if I can get out of here. That was my bad. I'm doing great, baby. You're doing great, baby. Where'd your mom order it from? Be right back, chat. Don't go anywhere. Stay active. Came right back, chat. Fast as lightning. She touched the butt. Hey, big W. Upgrades. Upgrades. Probably, maybe.
You playing the newest Call of Duty game, Joshy?
Nope.
What is that, Fortnite?
Nope.
No.
It's called Megabonk. That's what the fuck I need. I am just not having good runs with this chick. Fuck. Other. I will make this woman work. It's the last thing I do. I did better with Sir Ufi. I am just not having good runs with this girl. Let's try desert. I like it better already. There we go. I broke 2 fucking tumbleweeds and found that. Scorpion Nussy. That's fucking wild. speed. Right tone. Fuck. Good luck. The target's close in. I don't. Is that thing even attacking though? There we go. Oh, that's interesting. About that. What's up, baby? You're doing great. I love you. I did my boy dirty. Yeah, fuck yeah. There we go. Fuck yeah. I do like a quick chance though. Eh. There we go. shit. I still have a level 1 fucking weapon. I need... We got movement speed, attack speed. Proc effects on hit. Pokemon Legends Arceus was actually really good, baby. It was really fun and really easy to play. It's very much beginner friendly. Hit him with the 6-7, baby. Hit him with it. that, baby? You want what? Pressure plates? There's one in the chest. I just didn't know if you wanted one by your door since you had the carpet there. I was gonna put it there originally, baby. What's that? We need another one. Should be able to make one, baby. If you want more stone ones, you just throw the cobblestone in a furnace. Just make sure you don't put it on the outside of the door, so otherwise mobs will come in. And for the outside of the door, if you want to put a button out there, you can. Yeah, I do need to get in there and finish bring some villagers and all that fun stuff. Would like to make an iron farm. Alright, baby, you can miss me. I'll come play Minecraft. Well, baby. I can be a help.